welcome to the Super Vibes Back to Basics series. Our theme for January is Just Breathe. And today we're going to be working with the two primary breath channels in the body, the Ida and the Pingala. So these are actually accessed through the nostrils. So let's talk just for a moment about this. The right nostril activates the left side of the brain. And the left side of the brain is our more analytical, logical, masculine. It's known as the sun side. And this is our Pingala nadi. So the right nostril and the right side of the body are controlled by the left side of the brain. This is also the side of the brain that operates the sympathetic nervous system and that fight or flight response in the body. So when we are under stress and the fight or flight mechanism turns on, it's activated through the left side of the brain. Okay. The left nostril activates the right side of the brain. The right side of the brain controls the left side of the body. And the right side of the brain is our Ida. It is the moon side. This is our more feminine side. It is more about nurturing and creativity and some of those softer characteristics. It also controls the parasympathetic nervous system. And the parasympathetic nervous system is the part of the nervous system that brings us out of fight or flight and helps us to undo the effects of our fight or flight mechanism. So we're going to be kind of working on that today in our breath practice. So let's go ahead and get comfortable. We're working today from a chair. So find your seat and feel your sit bones in the chair. Let yourself position in a way that allows the feet to ground and be flat on the floor. And then let the hands come to rest in a comfortable position in the lap. Now from here, start to feel that quality of rooting down. So as we press down into the feet, we can feel the muscles of the legs gently activate. We can feel the muscles of the buttocks gently activate and the sit bones stable in our seat. This is that quality of rooting down, of connecting to our planet Earth. And now from here, we'll start to lift the rib cage off of the pelvis and invite a little bit more length to come into the spine. So imagine that your spine is growing taller through the crown of the head. So now we're finding that quality of rising up towards source. Now as we establish that connection as above and so below, we can gently draw the navel in toward the spine to stabilize and find center. Now that we've established our alignment, let's begin with just gently closing the eyes and letting the awareness come to the breath. So without trying to change anything at this point, just let yourself feel the natural rhythm of your breath. So as you inhale, feel that quality of gentle expansion. And as you exhale, feel that quality of gentle contraction or softening back towards center. Let the inhale connect to that quality of rise. And feel the exhale connect to that quality of root. Now, gently bring your awareness to the nostrils. And feel as you breathe in this air moving in through the nostrils And then as you breathe out, just notice the air as it moves out. These two channels through the nostrils, or the nadis, the Ida and the Pingala. Again, the Ida being the right side of the brain, the left nostril, the feminine, softer side. The left nostril, the right side of the brain, the Pingala, the masculine sun side. Now, as we begin our practice, let's take a moment to really drop into that parasympathetic side of the brain. So we're going to go ahead and take the right thumb up to the right nostril and just gently press the thumb into the right nostril. Doesn't take a lot of pressure. And just begin to focus the breath to move through the left side of the nose. Slowly letting it exhale through the left side of the nose. So we're taking a moment here to breathe into that left nostril to bathe the right side of the brain in prana. The right side of the brain being, again, the parasympathetic side of the brain, the side of the brain that balances the nervous system and undoes those effects of the fight or flight mechanism. It also brings us into a calmer, more relaxed state and can help to create a solid foundation for dropping deeply into a yoga meditation practice. Let the breath continue to slow down and deepen as you focus in on the breath moving through the left nostril. Let us take 2 or 3 more breaths. And as you're breathing through that left nostril, begin to imagine you're bathing the whole right side of your body in prana. The right side of the body needs a bit of nurturing. For most of us, if we're right-handed, it tends to do a lot of the work in our lives. So as we activate this parasympathetic nurturing side of the brain, we can imagine the right side of the body gets to rest. Let yourself take one more big full breath in. And as you exhale, release the hand back down into a comfortable position. Once again, allowing the breath to gently move through the 2 nostrils. And just notice what you feel. Generally, throughout the day, one of our nostrils is more dominant than the other, and they tend to sort of switch back and forth. So notice what it feels like here and now. Is there a nostril that feels more dominant as you're breathing? And if the answer is, I'm not sure or not really, that's okay. We're just taking a moment to notice. Now from here, go ahead and let the awareness expand back out into the whole of your physical body. And feel, once again, your feet on the ground, your hands in your lap, and your long spine. Now, if today you're feeling a little bit scattered, a little bit overwhelmed, and you feel like you need some grounding, keep your hands with the palms facing down. If you're feeling a little heavy, stagnant, stuck, or your energy is just really low today, let the palms turn to face up. This is a receptive mudra of the hands to up-level the energy. So you decide which position feels best for you today. Now on your next inhale, let yourself find some length through the neck. Feel the crown of the head lengthen, the chest lift, the shoulders roll back slightly. Keep that nice long spine through the body as you gently drop the head toward the chest. So the chin falls forward. Let yourself find a gentle stretch in the back of the neck and maybe at the base of the shoulders. Now let's take that right hand and gently bring the right thumb back to the right nostril and take a deep breath in through the left side and out. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One more time at your own breath pace. And when you feel ready, release the hand, and on an inhale, gently bring the head back to neutral. Just take a moment here to notice any sensations. Now on your next inhale, find that long spine once again. And as you exhale, let your right ear drift toward your right shoulder. And again, just letting the head gently drop over. We're not forcing anything. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Finding a gentle opening in the left side. Now as we open the left side of the body, opening the left side of the neck, we want to take a couple of breaths through the right nostril. So let's bring the left thumb up to the left nostril. Gently press and find a few breaths in through that right nostril. Imagining you're fueling the left side of the neck, opening the left side of the energy channel for communication. Now when you feel ready, let the left hand come back to rest. Inhale, head back to center. Take a moment here just to breathe, just to be. Finding another long spine breath here as you breathe in, and as you exhale, let your left ear drift toward your left shoulder. Feel the right side gently open. Let's come back to breathing through that right nostril as we open the right side of the neck. So left thumb to the left nostril, breathing through the right side. Feel ready, release the hand, come back to center. Take a moment just to wiggle the shoulders around. Take a couple of circles, 2 or 3 times in each direction, moving at your own pace. And then guide the awareness down to the hands. As you relax your shoulders, bring the palms together. We're going to lift the elbows. So the elbows are slightly wide and the palms are pressing into one another. And then just start to find some little circles here with the wrists. So the palms very gently press together as we move those wrists around. Take 2 or 3 circles in each direction, wiggling out the tension in these hands. And then let's find our little prayer wheel here, starting to spin the wrists and the hands so the palms come together and then the tops of the hands come together as we rotate the fingers and the palms, spinning our prayer wheel. Feel the tension leaving the hands and the fingers and the wrists. Invite the elbows and the shoulders to move. Maybe here, as we spin our prayer wheel, we create an intention for our practice today. Go ahead and change direction of that circle. Remembering and honoring the 72,000 channels of energy that run through our body. Well, today we're primarily working with 2 of those. We remember from our mudra series how powerful these hands are. Take a moment to shake the hands out. Bring your awareness now to your seat and just wiggle forward in your chair a little bit so you're feeling nice and sturdy here. Feel the feet on the ground, the hands in your lap. Take a big inhale as you lengthen through the spine. Now on the exhale, we're going to go ahead and hug that right knee into the body. So if you're expectant mommy, we're going to take that knee a little bit to the right and hug it in more toward the outer rib cage. Otherwise, you're just going to hug it in here at center. Now while we're here, we're going to start to move that ankle around. So let's take 2 or 3 circles. And then go the other way. And take a moment to just point and flex the ankle. Maybe wiggle the toes. Now here you have a couple of options. If you are comfortable crossing your legs, you can go ahead and cross your right leg over your left. My expectant mommies, anyone who has had hip replacement or any potential knee issues, you might like to keep the legs with both feet flat on the floor. So from here, we're going to begin to twist to the right. So you're going to take the left hand, place it onto one leg, and the right hand is going to come behind you. As you inhale, lengthen up through the spine and begin to turn from the lower belly up through the rib cage, the chest, the shoulders, and then lastly, we'll turn the head, and we're turning to the right. So as we turn the body to the right, we can turn the head to the right, maybe even take the gaze to the right. Let's take a moment to breathe in through that right nostril. So here, our hands are occupied. So just become aware of your right nostril and just see if you can guide the breath to move primarily through that right nostril without actually using the hands. And it might feel a little weird, but intention is very powerful. So just play with it, breathing in and out, focused on that right nostril. Here we're fueling the left side of the brain. The left side of the brain, remember, is related to the right side of the body. Is that sun side, that more masculine, literal, analytical, logical side. Also competitive and can be very critical. So as you're breathing here, just imagine you're softening that self-criticism, and letting yourself embrace the positive qualities of the left side of the brain. This is the side of the brain that gets things done. Now, when you feel ready, go ahead and unwind the body so you're coming back to center. And if your legs are crossed, we'll take that leg back into a neutral position. Take another moment here to feel the feet flat on the ground, the sit bones in the chair, and your long spine. Now from here, whenever you're ready, as you inhale, invite in that lift of the body. And as you exhale, hug the left knee in. So again, if you're modifying, you're going to go a little bit wider here. Otherwise, you can be right here at center. And those of you who have restrictions in the knees, it can be helpful to hug behind the thigh rather than holding on to the shin. Feel your strong foundation through your roots and that feeling of rise as you start to invite in the movement to the foot. So we'll take 2 or 3 circles in each direction, moving the joint of the ankle. And then we can point and flex and wiggle those toes. Then from here, we'll cross the left leg over the right. So remember, you can just bring that foot back to the floor if you're modifying today. Your right hand will come onto either leg, and your left hand comes behind you. So my expectant mamas, remember, we want to keep the belly space open. So if you are working with a twist, your hand would stay on that right leg rather than going across the body. Now, as you inhale, invite the length to come into the spine, and as you exhale, begin to turn to the left. From the lowest part of the belly, gradually work your way up the spine, and finally turning the head. So as we turn to the left, let's bring the focus of our breath to the left nostril. Imagine you're breathing primarily through that left nostril, fueling the left side of the body and the right side of the brain. Again, our more moon side, the nurturing, compassionate, creative side of the brain. Let yourself have another breath here. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and unwind. Come back to center. If the legs are crossed, unwind those legs. Feel your feet on the ground once again. Let yourself take another breath. Now let's take a moment to work a little bit with our hips. So we're going to start by taking the right foot and placing it on the left thigh. Okay? So this is a big hip stretch. This might not be possible for everyone to do comfortably. So there's a couple different ways we can modify this. The first thing that we can do is just take the foot back to the floor and drop the knee out to the right. So for some of you, that might be enough. If you want a little bit more, you can take the ankle and place it on top. So your right outer ankle would be placed on top of your left foot, and then drop the knee out. So that's going to give you a little bigger stretch. And if that feels pretty easy, you can bring the ankle up to the thigh and maybe just slide the left foot forward a little bit so that that left thigh isn't as high. So you can kind of play with the intensity of this by changing the position of that left foot. So we want to take the right hand and bring it high up toward the hip crease on the thigh and just kind of push it down. So you might feel a stretch without doing anything else here. So this is our figure 4 stretch. Really good for opening the hip, the thigh, and even if you have trouble with sciatica, this can be really helpful, especially for my mamas to be. As we get closer to the end of things, that sciatica can start to rear its ugly head. So from here, if you'd like a little bit more, I'm going to invite everyone to just place your hand over your heart. And as you inhale, just imagine that hand is lifting the heart up towards source. And then on your exhale, if you want more, you can start to hinge the body forward a little bit from the waist. So you're getting a deeper stretch in that right hip. Now from here, let's close the eyes. Let's bring the awareness to that right nostril. And as you're breathing, just imagine that you are saturating the right side of your body with that breath, with that prana. One more breath here. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and release the hand from the heart. Take that leg, uncross it, lengthen it out in front of you, and just give it a little shake. And give that hip a little hug. We're going to bring the right hand to the right kneecap and just use the hand and the arm to move that thigh bone around in a circle. You can take 2 or 3 circles in each direction. And when you feel ready, release the right foot back down to the ground. Inhale to find that length in the body. And then as you exhale, we're going to pick up that left foot and place it for your variation of the pose. So again, you have the option to simply drop the knee out, place the outer ankle on top of the right foot, or you can slide that right foot forward and find a position that feels very, very comfortable with a gentle stretch. Go ahead and take your left hand high into that hip crease. Wherever you are, just gently press that thigh down so you're feeling the head of the femur bone drop into position. And then we'll bring that left hand to the heart. Feel as you press the hand into the heart, the lift, and bring your awareness to the left nostril as you close your eyes. Concentrate your focus and the breath to move through that left nostril. Saturating the left side of the body, the right side of the brain with that prana. Focusing in on that left nostril, that right brain. Again, the parasympathetic nervous system side of the brain, helping us to alleviate those symptoms of the fight or flight mechanism. So we're slowing down the heart rate, relaxing the muscles in the body, shifting from stress hormones to feel-good hormones, allowing the nervous system to calm and reset. When you feel ready, go ahead and release the hand from the heart. Take that left leg, extend it out, wiggle it around a little bit. And then take your hand, your left hand to your left kneecap and use the hand and the arm to move that thigh bone around 2 or 3 times in each direction, using that circular motion. When you feel ready, and even on both sides, bring both hands to the center of the chest. Feel the thumbs gently press into the breastbone as you lift the heart. On an inhale, reach the arms forward and up over the head, any amount. And as you exhale, float the hands through heart center. Let them land somewhere on the legs and begin to hinge the body forward. Let the hands float down the legs, any amount. Feeling yourself come into a forward bend, whatever range of motion is comfortable for you. As you're breathing here, become aware of both nostrils. Feeling the breath move in through the tip of the nose, and that warm air moving out through the tip of the nose. And when you're ready to come up, take another big breath, and on your exhale, draw the navel in toward the spine. Slowly rise up. Let the hands come back to heart center. Inhale the arms out, around, and up. And as you exhale, release the hands back together at heart center. From here, release the hands back into a comfortable position. And once again, palms facing up if you're feeling like you need an energy boost, and palms facing down if you feel the need to ground. From here, let yourself get comfortable. If you'd like to be more passive and relaxed, go ahead and let yourself lean back into your chair. Maybe you'd like to elevate your legs. If you'd like to be subtly active in your alignment, feel free to sit nice and tall with the feet planted and the spine long. A little bit more intention in the posture. Whenever you're ready, on an exhale, let the lids of the eyes softly close. Begin to move your awareness around your body. As you're breathing, let the exhales be a release of tension. So you're using the out breath to relax your body, to let go of tension that's being held in spaces where it isn't necessary. So if you've decided to recline and relax the body completely, you can work your way through letting go and softening down into that support. If you're choosing to be a little bit more active and conscious during this portion of our practice today, notice where you can soften without losing the integrity of your alignment. Even as we sit in mindful attention, we can soften through the toes, through the ankles and the arches of the feet. We can find some ease in the muscles of the calves, the joints of the knees and the thighs, and the joints of the hips. We can soften through the fingers, the palms of the hands and the wrists, feeling the arms resting comfortably. Notice the sit bones balanced. Feel the stacking of the pelvis, the head and the shoulders. Feel the inner lift of the heart and that gentle ebb and flow of the breath. Feel your long spine. Let your awareness come back to the tip of the nose. As you breathe in, feel the gentle, cool air moving in. And as you breathe out, the air is warm as it exits the tip of the nose. With every breath in, feel the body's natural rise to source in expansion. With every breath out, feel the body's natural movement toward letting go and grounding. The body wants to be a channel, a conduit, moving energy as above and so below, tethered to this planet, having this human experience, and growing, expanding, and rising towards source. Recognizing the culmination of these two energies, as above and so below, merging and swirling around deep inside of your center. Feel the belly move, power center of the body, where these two energies merge. We are of the earth and we are of source. We can find a way to balance ourselves in both of these spaces at our center. We can find a way to honor these two sides of our brain, these two energy channels, the moon side, the Ida side, the feminine, nurturing, creative, compassionate side. The Pingala, the masculine, competitive, analytical, logical, powerful, driven side. And allowing these two parts of the brain to work together, balancing these qualities in our lives for greater ease, effectiveness, and moving toward Dharma. Wherever you are, gently bring the right hand up to the face. And you can just softly open the gaze if you need a visual of this practice. We're going to spread the fingers in front of the face and fold in toward the palm the index and ring finger of the right hand. So take a moment to bring your hand close to the nose, and for just a little practice, press the thumb into the right nostril and then shift the hand and press the ring finger into the left nostril. And just do that a couple times so you can feel just a little rhythm of opening and closing the alternate nostrils. We're going to take a practice of Nadi Shodhana. So this is alternate nostril breath. We're going to alternate the flow of breath through and between the Pingala and the Ida nadis to balance out left and right hemispheres of the brain. So we've been really in that parasympathetic side with our practice. Now we're going to bring ourselves back to reality by balancing out both sides. So on the inhale, breathe in through both nostrils. And then close off the right side using the thumb and exhale from the left. Now we're going to inhale through that same side, the left. And then switch, closing off the left side and then exhaling from the right. Now we'll inhale from the right side. Switch and exhale from the left. Inhale from the left. Switch, exhale from the right. So you'll notice we're switching just before the exhale. Continue with this practice, switching just before the exhale. And imagine, as you're working with this alternate nostril breath, we're equally stimulating both sides of the brain. So almost like the symbol of yin and yang. Imagine that the left and right sides of the brain are coming together, embracing to collectively work in balance, to collectively work in tandem, to move you through your days. Calling upon the qualities of the right brain, when creativity, compassion, empathy, gratitude, nurturing, creativity, when any of those qualities are needed. Calling upon the left side of the brain, when that sun side is what's in store. Those qualities of logic, of being driven, qualities of getting things done, staying on task, laser-like focus. Let yourself take 2 or 3 more rounds of this powerful breath practice. And when you feel ready, release the hand back down into your lap. Just let yourself notice as your breath returns to its natural state. Notice how you feel. Notice your energy. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose. And a full breath out through the mouth. Feeling a little bit more action come into the body, moving in whatever way feels appropriate as you begin to work your way back into the rest of your day. The light in me sees and honors that same light in each of you. May you walk in this week with balance. Balance through the sun and the moon, the Ida and the Pingala, the nervous system, the masculine and the feminine, all working together. Namaste.